Hello and welcome. This is your instructor, Dennis Westman again. Today we are going to talk about Excel Unit C in your textbook. So as we've done with previous chapters, please take out your textbook and follow along with me as I cover the highlights of Excel Unit C in your textbook. Now Unit C begins on page Excel 51, and this deals with formatting a worksheet. So as we've worked through the previous units in Excel, you've looked at creating worksheets. Well, now this one talks about formatting to make the worksheets more attractive. So if you look at page Excel 52, you can see some various items about being able to format the different cells. And again, formatting applies to not only the way that items look through the display, but also through the printout of various Excel items. So if you look, you can see how you can format different areas of the Excel worksheet depending on what your requirements are. And there's a really nice feature, and it's detailed at the bottom of page Excel 53, where you can actually format the Excel area, the worksheet, as a table. And I would pay careful attention to that because that's a great way to quickly format an Excel spreadsheet without having to manually go in and select the different options. Of course, on page Excel 54, talks about changing the font size and the font type. This is pretty similar to what we've done in Word and other programs in the past. You essentially select the cells and then go in and change the size of the type by selecting the options from the drop-down menus on the various tabs on the ribbon. And then looking at page Excel 56, you can also change various other attributes like bold, underline, italics. Again, very similar to other programs within the Excel program, and also like the Microsoft Word program as well. And then if you look at the bottom of page Excel 57, it gives you various common attributes and then the related buttons, so you can quickly get a visual representation as to how to perform those or apply those various attributes. You can also adjust column widths pretty quickly, and as with various other programs, there's several ways to do it. If you look at page 58, Excel 58, you can see how you can adjust the column widths. There's a way that you can just double-click the border, and when you double-click the border, that automatically resizes the column to the widest item. So you can double-click, you can right-click on the heading of the column and then select column width, and that will allow you to change it as well. And then usually there's other places as well that allow you to change it. I personally like being able to just double click on the border, and that automatically resizes it to the longest or the widest item. Very, very handy. And then if you look at the bottom of page Excel 59, there are some common commands on how you can access and change the various formats, including the column width. If you look at Excel 60, this is inserting and deleting rows and columns. Again, as with most programs, there are several ways that you can do this. One of the most commons, and I think is the most easiest, is simply right-clicking on the column or the row heading, and that will go in and allow you to insert rows or insert columns or delete rows and delete columns, depending on your needs. But if you look on page 60, they'll also give you some other options as well. You know, there are options in the ribbon on the various tabs that will allow you to insert and delete rows. But I'm all about shortcuts, and right-clicking on the row or column heading is a really nice shortcut. On page Excel 62, talks a little bit about applying colors, patterns, and borders. Essentially, pick the cells you want, right-click, and then use the various options there to apply the different colors and borders. Again, there are some pre-formatted ones that allow you to quickly format the cells, the rows, the columns, so you don't have to pick everything individually. I kind of like those. It's very, very nice. Applying conditional formatting. This is on page 64. Conditional format is essentially this. If a certain condition is met, then a certain formatting is applied. For instance, if a certain sum or an average or some other kind of calculation is less than or greater than something, then you would tell it to be green if it was greater than, or red if it was less than. And it would actually apply that cell formatting through the conditional formatting option. It's a fantastic feature and a great feature so that you don't have to manually go in and apply those formatting options yourself. So conditional formatting. And if you're looking at the definition at the top of page 64, I would certainly pay attention to that because you would definitely see that when it comes to testing purposes later on. So conditional formatting. If a certain condition is met, then the formatting is applied. If it's not, then no formatting is applied, and that's called conditional formatting. Looking at page Excel 66, it allows you to talk about naming and moving a sheet. Essentially, down at the very bottom of the Excel spreadsheet, down in the lower left-hand corner, you'll see like sheet 1, sheet 2, sheet 3. If you right-click on those, you usually will get an option to name or rename. That's how you name a spreadsheet. If you want to move it, left-click on one of the sheet titles and hold the mouse button down and move it, and that allows you to move the sheet in different sequences or different orders. Very, very handy if you need to reorganize your spreadsheet. Spell checks covered on 68 in the Excel chapter. Essentially, pressing F7 allows you to check the spelling. It's pretty straightforward, pretty easy. Of course, you always want to check your spelling before you turn in your homework assignment. It's extremely, extremely important. Okay, well that's it. That covers Excel Unit C. As always, if you have any questions or need any assistance, please feel free to post to the lab questions discussion area or email me. Thank you and have a great day.